Welcome back, all you great imparters of knowledge. Today I'm going to give you a quick little video on how to use e-Hallpass for your students going to the restroom and things of that nature. Our school implemented this last year. It was really good for allowing the office or everybody else to see who was out in the halls at any given point in time, who had permission to be out, who didn't have permission to be out, and it's also great for tracking how often people have to go wee-wee. So, some quick things to point out here. On the top of the dashboard, I'm on the dashboard right now, you've got my passes. That's how many people I have out at this given point in time. I've got building passes, which shows how many people in the building are out, and it says there's only 6 people allowed to have a pass at any given point in time in the building. And then down here is where you're actually going to see the students that you have out at any given point in time and what other students are out, whether they're yours or other people. You'll be able to track all that information down here. But before we jump into that, let's look at our profile real quick. So I'm going to click on my profile. You can put a picture of yourself up there if you want. That's entirely up to you. Your title. What I want to point out is down here at the very bottom there is a PIN number. Don't change that PIN number. That is a super secret squirrel PIN number that was selected by our school, and everybody has the same one. And no, it is not the same one on your luggage, I hope. Now, to make a pass, what I'm going to have you do is we'll click on Proxy Pass here. And I guess I should have pointed out first, to get into this, you're going to go to e-Hallpass.com, and then you're going to log in using your Google password, your same school Google login information. After you've done that, then we're going to click on the Proxy Pass right here, and you will add a student by selecting one of their names. You can type it in to get a specific student in there, so we'll pick on this one here. Next, you can choose a location you want them to go. After you choose a location you want them to go, then all you have to do is hit submit right here. Once you hit submit, the clock starts counting on them. The pass is active at that point. You don't have to put in a reason for the pass. Now, if you're going to the nurse, I guess you might want to say they're blowing cookies or something like that. But beyond that, there's no reason to put in a reason for the pass, because quite frankly, if they're going to the restroom, we're going to assume we know what they're doing there. Now, we'll also want to take and look and see what it looks like when a student sends you a pass, because the students can pre-fill out the pass, and that makes it a whole lot easier for you. That's what I ask my students to do, so I'm going to have a student do that real quick. Alright, we had one of my students needed to go wee-wee, so he created a bathroom pass, and when he did, you can see right here on my screen I have a choice that I can either approve his pass or cancel it. When I click approve, he's going to start his timer at that moment. The clock will be ticking on him. There is another way, and that way involves the super secret squirrel password. If the student brings you their device, you can type in the approval code of that super secret squirrel password we talked about earlier, and that will allow the students to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and approve our student here. When they get done, all you have to do is hit the end. Alright, now going back to that super secret squirrel password, if you send him to another teacher, or if another teacher sends him to you, if you're the recipient, you're also going to see on this screen that you've got somebody here to you, and you're going to take and click when they arrive, and then you're going to click again when they leave. And once again, you can do that either on your computer or by touching their computer and typing in the super secret squirrel password. I would strongly encourage you in the age of COVID to do it on your own computer, because quite frankly, kids are nasty and they have germs all over those devices, and we don't want to miss any of our days because we get sick touching their nasty stuff. But that'll be your call to see how brave you are. From here, you can also look at your past history. So if I click on that, I can search out who all's been out, and you can see all these students here have had a pass made today. And you can also program in a appointment pass. So you can say, that a student says, well, I have Mr. Smith's class At third period, can I come see you then? And you can go ahead and pre-program in a pass for Mr. Smith for that particular student to come see you during that class time. Mr. Smith then will have the choice of either approving it or rejecting it. At the time that the pass is scheduled to happen, it's going to pop up on his screen, and he can either approve for the student to come see me or he can deny it. That'll be entirely up to him. With that in mind, that's where the out of office comes from. If you know that you're going to be out of the office and you don't want students to come see you during that time, all you have to do is fill in your out of office stuff, and that way they will know you're not available during those time frames. Quite frankly, I'm lazy. I don't do that. They can come see me, wave at my substitute, and go back where they belong. But that's entirely up to you. Now my student just wandered back in, so I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I'm going to click on End, and now that pass is gone, and that's literally all there is to it. Once you play with it a little while, you're going to find it's very intuitive, and as always, if you have questions, you know how to reach me.